Google Appointment Scheduling is actually a way for you to send out a link to people where they can actually book and schedule a time to meet with you. Now, currently this is not available for groups. This is available for only one appointment at a time. So somebody can book one slot at a time. You can't have like a webinar or a workshop or anything where multiple people are booking on the same time. I'm pretty sure Google will announce or may actually allow for multiple bookings on the same appointment slot, but for now that isn't available. It works exactly similar to Calendly and a whole bunch of other tools that exist out there today. But this is a very interesting feature because, well, it's built right into your Google Calendar. This feature is available on the G Suite or Google Workspace paid plan. So if you're on a free Gmail using Calendar, then this is not going to be available to you. The first thing you need to do is actually go over to settings, go down to appointment schedules, and enable appointment schedules. Google has changed from appointment slots to appointment schedules, which I think makes more sense. If you've used appointment slots before, you're going to be switching over to appointment schedules anyway. But once you've got that set up, you can go back to your calendar, and under the create button, you're going to see this option that says appointment schedule. So you're going to click on appointment schedule, and it's going to give you this window on the left hand side that asks you what you want to do. So I'm just going to put here discovery call, so people can actually book a free discovery call with me. I'm going to make that discovery call 45 minutes. I could make it 30 minutes. I could make it 1 hour. I could make it a custom time as well. And you can go maximum of 24 hours. So if you really wanted to have a 24-hour session that people can book from you, you can. Let's make this just a 30-minute slot, and I'm going to set my availability. Now I can choose how often this meeting is going to be on repeat and what time slots I'm going to have it. Now I'm going to go 9 a.m. to, let's say, 3 p.m. and I'm going to make the same throughout. So I'm going to copy to all. Now this is a nice little feature here, a nice little button they say that has copy time to all, so you don't have to retype every single time. Obviously, if I want to delete a day, I can make Fridays unavailable and let's say Tuesdays, and I don't like to meet people on Mondays. So, okay, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to have discovery calls between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. I can choose the time zone that I want this calendar to show in. I'm in Bangkok right now, but if I wanted to change the time zone to another one, I could very easily do so. Scheduling window, this is going to show when is the first appointment available for your people. And so if you want to make it available right now, and let's say today's Monday and they want to be able to book by Wednesday the 12th, then they can go ahead and do that. Maximum time in advance the appointment can be booked. 60 days, in my opinion, is way too long. I like to keep it somewhere between 14 and 30 days. And minimum time booked before the appointment can be booked, I'm going to say 12 hours. Because I don't want to wake up in the morning and then all of a sudden realize that I have a discovery call when I was maybe planning to do something else and I hadn't scheduled that time in my calendar. So 12-hour window gives me enough leeway. Under adjusted availability, you can change a date's available specifically. So let's say on a specific day, you want to just take the day off, or you don't want to make that available, or if it's kind of not a Wednesday or a Thursday, I can pick a specific day that I want to show as available. Under booking appointment settings, if I open this up, you can see buffer time. So buffer time is sort of in between. So when I have an appointment, maybe a 5-minute pee break or a minute coffee break, something in between, I like to keep this to 15 minutes. And then maximum bookings per day, if I want to limit the number of discovery calls I have in a day, so I can have 1 appointment per hour in essence, and I don't want to sort of be sitting in meetings on Zoom or even in person all day long, then I can keep that down. Under color, I can add a color or change the color that I want. I can even add a label, and so you could see specific label on your calendar. I'm going to hit next. This is going to give us a page where you can have your page photo and name. You can customize these on your Google account and the location. So if I choose Google Meet or in person or phone, or funny enough, Zoom doesn't show up here even though I have the Zoom extension installed, but I could very easily set a Google Meet video conferencing goodie here so that when somebody books a calendar session, the Google Meet link is available right there in the calendar. And this is the description that's going to be shown in that person's calendar and in our calendar. And so you might want to put just some information about the meeting. And then under booking form, you can actually collect information about the person who's booking the meeting. By default, they have first name, last name, and email address. And if you wanted to add another item, maybe you want their phone number, maybe you want to add some other information that you want to collect from them, mark that item as required, you could do so over there. Require email verification. This is just So from a security point of view, so that, you know, people have to have a Google account to be able to book a session with you, this is a good idea, because if they're using Google Calendar, then at least you know that they are already going to see that calendar booking in their calendar as well. So the likelihood that they're going to miss the appointment is reduced. And then this is another nice feature, the calendar invitation, which I have mentioned already. Google's going to automatically put that calendar invite in their calendar, and then email reminders that you can set for, you know, 5, 10, 15, 30, 1 hour, 1 day before, or a custom value. And you can add as many reminders as you want to here. Obviously, you don't want to annoy people by sending them emails, you know, 5 emails or 6 emails every 10 minutes, but you're going to change this up so that you have different slots or different emails that are going to go out. Currently, Google cannot send SMS, so if you wanted to do SMS reminders, you are still going to have to use a different tool, but right now email is perfectly fine. Now I'm going to hit save, and once I hit save, you can see that it's showed up as this sort of yellow, because I chose yellow for the discovery call, showing me, indicating to me that's when I've got discovery call availability showing on my calendar. You can see here that I've got a booking page, and it's giving an indication that we're going to be meeting on Google Meet. So that's really nice. What other people are going to see, this is a link. Now obviously this is a very long link, and it's showing the time slots that are available. People can select the dates. The dates that I'm not available are sort of scratched off, sort of a clean view of what they're going to see. And you can't change the time zone over here, so make sure that your time zone is selected in the settings so that when people see the link, it is in their time zone. Another thing that I really like about this feature is when you hit edit, you can actually go and edit from the slot itself. So if you click on that slot, you can go ahead and delete and all of those things. You can see your appointment schedule. So if you open that up, you can see sort of all of the appointments that you have set. Then another thing that I really like is this share button. Now you can send a link obviously for a single booking page, or all your appointment schedules, as we've seen just now, which is going to show all your different calendar appointment schedules available. And then you can even embed this booking page on a website. And so whether you want it to be a button on your website, you can change the color of the button. Maybe we have it consistent to the actual color of the appointment. And, you know, it's going to give you the code that you actually copy and paste into your website. If you want the actual entire form to show up on your website, then you're going to use inline booking page, and that's going to make it easy for people to just come to your website, see the entire calendar right there without having to click a button to the pop-up. And just as a matter of interest, this is what happens when you use the button. It's literally a button that pops up on the website to show what the availability is. Now, one of the downsides of using this Google Appointment Scheduler is that it's just going to give you a thank you message at the end. You can't redirect people to another landing page. Maybe you want to have a conversion because you're running ads to the booking calendar. That's not possible. Right now, you can't collect payment for these appointments. So if you didn't want to do a free discovery call, maybe you wanted a paid consultation, that's not possible right now. As I mentioned earlier in the video, groups are not quite possible right now. And also each person in your team, if they have Google Suite, they are going to need to set up their own appointments and scheduler. I haven't seen any features inside of Google Suite from a sort of maintenance point of view where you can actually set for all your salespeople or whatever from a central point of view. Of course, if you are looking for SMS features, you can't do that right now with Google, but there are other tools out there. So if you click on this video over here, I'm actually going to show you another appointment scheduling tool, which is Bridgette Pro, a tool that I use, a tool that I've developed as well, that actually has a lot more functionality than Google.